Okay, now we're going to try our little doodle game with a circle, and it's actually not possible to get it perfect, so we're just going to estimate. This circle happens to have a radius of 3, 1, 2, 3. So let's count up how many complete squares we have so far. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and let's see, this is almost a complete one. Let's call this 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, and 23, 24. Now these look like they're about cutting each other in half, so I'm going to cut this one off and somewhat try to plug it in there. So we'll just say question mark, but this is a 25 now. Cut this one off, and we'll cut out that little piece that's hanging over there and fill it in here. Call that 26, and we'll cut this one off and this one off, and we'll plug those in here. So we're going to estimate that it's about 28. Okay, so is 28 about the right answer? The area of a circle is pi r squared, and r in this case is 3, so 3 times 3 times pi. So this is 3 times 3 is 9, 9 times pi, and pi is approximately 3.14, so 9 times 3.14, well, 9 times 3 is about 27, so it looks like 28 is a pretty good estimate. Now, there is another way that we can break up a circle, and let me get out my compass. Let's do a radius of 4 this time. Okay, I could split up the circle this way, cut it in half, 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 this way, this way, this way, this way. Okay, so I have a bunch of pie shapes, just like a pizza, and if I laid those out flat on this line over here, they'd look something like this. And we have 4 in each quadrant, so 4, that'd be 16 of them. So just imagine that this is 16 of them. So how long would those add up? That would be the distance around, isn't it? So, and then it'll be off by a little bit because it's not exactly a triangle, right? There is a curve there, but it's roughly what we would call the circumference of the circle, the distance around. So this here, I'm going to approximate as 2 pi r, right? That's the distance around the circle, the circumference. And if I took half of those and I flipped them over on top, so I'm going to take half of them away, and I'll fill them in over here. So I get kind of a parallelogram shape. So this parallelogram shape has a base of half of that overall. So this is now pi r. And the height of the parallelogram would be the distance from the center of the circle out. And we have a name for that. It's called the radius. So we call it r. So if I split it up into more and more pieces, the closer I would get to a rectangle that would have a height of the radius of 4 and a length of pi times r. And we know how to find the area of a rectangle. it's just the base times the height, right? So pi r times r, which is pi r times r, is pi r squared, is a shorter way to write it. And that's what we'll come up with.